everybody, Mrs. Bianchi. We're looking at question number 8. The Lions have won all 5 of its games this season. The number of points that they have won each game is shown below. Here they are, and I also have them represented here. The Lions also won its 6th game. After that victory, the median became 14, which could have been the number of points that the Lions won by in the 6th game. So when we're talking about median, recall that we first have to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. So the lowest number in the set is a 6. The next lowest number in the set is the 8, followed by the 12, and the 16, and then the 24. Now, if we look at what's in the middle right now, this number is in the middle. We have 2 data points on this side and 2 data points on this side. And remember, we have to throw in one of these choices. So here are all the choices, like we have 9, 12, 14. So let's examine if we were to slip a 9 in there. So if we were to slip a 9 in there, let's move this over here like this, and let's slip it in. What would be the median in this case? Would it be the number that they're talking about? Because remember, we're going for a median of 14 because this is after that victory, the median became 14. So the middle would be right here. And what we have to think about is we have to think about the fact that the average of these two numbers would have to be 14 because that's what you do. When you have an even number of values, then you take these two numbers, you add them together, and you divide that by 2 to get the median. So that means that some number plus 12 divided by 2 has to equal 14. So we can use algebra. We'll come back to the idea of using algebra. This is our algebraic equation. But would 9 work? So it's my hope that you can clearly see that that wouldn't work because then that would be a number that would be between 9 and 12, which is lower than 14. So there's no way that's going to work. So let's visualize a 12 there. Would 12 work? If we added 12 plus 12 and divided it by 2, wouldn't we still get 12? So that number is also too low. Now, what if we put a 14 in the mix? Then that means we'd have to move this over here and this over here. Would that be a 14? If we added these two things together and divided by 2, would we get 14? So let's say you're not sure. Let's go through the motions on this. We're going to add these two numbers together. So that's 12 plus 14. We get 26. We'd have to divide that by 2 to get the average of those two numbers. And what do we get? We don't get 14. We get 13 on that. So let's examine if we were to put a 16 in there. So if we put a 16 in there, let's ask ourselves, would we get 14? Let's take out the calculator. We're going to add these two numbers together, which, by the way, you should show that on your piece of paper. We're adding 12 plus 16, and we're taking that and dividing it by 2. That's what we're doing. Write that on your paper, everybody. So 12, you should be able to do it in your head, plus 16, we get the 28. And if we divide that by 2, what do we get? All right, so hopefully you see what the right answer is. But I do want to explore the idea of what if you used algebra? If we used algebra, I'm going to rewrite this equation, this one I have over here. We had the n plus 12 divided by 2 equaling 14. And some people like to use cross products for this. So let's explore the idea of doing that. If we did this cross product, this times this would still equal n plus 12. And if we looked at this cross product, this times this would end up equaling 28. So what's the opposite of adding 12 to a variable? It would be to subtract 12 from a variable. This would all cancel out. We'd bring down the n. And let's ask ourselves, what is 28 minus 12? 28 minus 12. And is that the number we picked before? All right, good luck finishing this up.